amazing friends. How are we doing today? Hope we're doing good. I have another book review for you. In my quest to homeschooling through the new year, I have picked out 3 books over the summer and have been reading through them. And this was the second book I picked up. This don't really have anything to do with homeschooling, but it kind of does, in kind of a way, because it has to do with like family, I think, and friends, and I don't know. So get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, snuggle up with your favorite blanket, and let me tell you about Hygge. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, okay? Don't come at me, I'm sorry. I have listened to it on online to try to hear the pronunciation of it. I think Hygge is something like it's supposed to be. If not, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the whole thing behind it is beautiful. Not only is this a beautiful book, okay, it's beautiful to look at. This is by Marie Torell Soldenberg, and she's a Danish actress, born in Copenhagen. So this is a Danish person writing and talking about the Danish art of happiness, the Hygge. So I think everybody should read this. This is such a good book. This brings back so many warm, fuzzy feelings. Hygge? Maybe it's Hygge. Okay. What I gather, this book is just beautiful. Look at this. I mean, it's got these beautiful pictures throughout it. And it's got, you know, just pictures that people have taken, and I love this. This book was so easy to read because it was interesting and beautiful to look at. But yeah, so from my perspective, okay, what Hygge means is slowing down, getting comfortable, and spending time with yourself, with your family, and with your friends in a very comfortable, relaxed environment. And to me, that sounds wonderful, wonderful. So it brought back memories. And in this book, it tells it's from the author. It's from her perspective, basically telling you what it means to her and her family and friends, people I think she knows. So when I was reading it, it really brought back a lot of memories from because believe it or not, okay, my poor brain goes so many different directions. So I think that as Americans, a lot of us actually do this and don't realize that we're doing this, right? I love to have people over and have them feel comfortable in my home. I'm gonna put this book down for a minute. I'll put it like this. So I love to have people over and come into my home and feel comfortable. You know, I have blankets and pillows on the couches, you know, so grab you a blanket and cuddle up if you're cold, if you're hot, you know, of course don't do that. Lay down on the couch if you feel you need to. I've got recliners, you know, whatever I have here to eat, you're more than welcome to drink, you know, I've always been like that. But what I think why I like this so well, and it brought back such fond memories, is when I was a little girl, there are some memories that I have. Friday or Saturday nights, my mom would be off when she had Fridays or Saturdays off. I think it was usually probably Saturdays or Sundays, because she didn't get a lot of weekends off, but sometimes she did. we would go to a place where you would rent a movie, a VHS tape, and we would pick out movies, and we would go home and just like binge watch movies. Okay, but you know, I could cuddle up with her, or we could just sit in the same room and just watch movies, and I just remember feeling comfortable and safe and warm in that environment. And then a lot of it has to do with watching TV, I know, with my childhood, but my mom worked a lot, so there wasn't a whole lot that she liked to do outside of the house. But Hygge is about being comfy and cozy and spending time at home. I remember back when TGIF used to be a thing, you know, you didn't miss an episode of Full House or Family Matters or Step by Step, or, you know, all those shows. You didn't miss your episodes. And I remember sitting on the floor in front of the TV with a blanket and a pillow, my mom sitting on the couch, and us watching that every, you know, Friday night that we could, if she wasn't working. I also remember the wonderful discussions that we'd have around the dinner table. Because back then, you know, you didn't have the TV on when you ate. It was off. You were at a table eating. You didn't have cell phones. You didn't really have many distractions. So you just spent time together talking and feeling safe and warm and happy. And then as I got older and had my children, I remember when Thomas and Justin, those are my older two, were like preteens, early teens, and my husband and and then David was just, you know, from the time he was an infant till he was probably about, I don't know, quite a bit older, we would have family movie night. Friday nights were family movie night. We would get off work, we would get off school, we would go to Blockbuster. By this time we were renting DVDs. We would rent our DVDs. We would buy the tubs of popcorn that you put in the microwave and they pop up, but they're in their own little bowl. Everybody would get their own candy, and then I would like make Kool-Aid or something at home, and we would get our pillows and blankets and just as a family cuddle and snuggle and watch movies and have little tickle fights and pillow fights, and just, I mean, those were like, to me, those were Hygge moments. I'm probably butchering this word. And then as the boys moved out, because, you know, they were quite a bit older, we tried to make it a point. So David would have been probably about 7, 8 at the time that they were, you know, moving out. And I remember here in this house with my bub, David's the youngest, we would again have a movie night, and we would, you know, pick a movie out to watch, and we would either have, and with the older boys and David when he was tiny, it was funny, there was a Blockbuster and a Domino's right next to each other. So we would go to Domino's and get our pizza. We would have pizza like through the first movie, and the second movie we'd have like popcorn and candy. With David, we would either make pizza, order pizza, or just have a fun food. Sometimes we did themed food. Like one time our movie was Nightmare Before Christmas, and so we had like Sally's, I think it was Sally's spaghetti. I can't remember all the rest of them, but it was like a themed dinner, you know? That was kind of cool. Jack's garlic bread or something. I can't remember exactly, but it was fun, and that was a very Hygge moment. And then we've also had plenty of game nights or just time just sitting around each other and just talking, but feeling comfortable and safe in the environment and cozy and, you know, slowing down. And then as the kids got older, you know, David's was in his preteens and teens, and grandkids came along. I would try every so often to get everybody together who could come, because, you know, everybody has schedules, but whoever could come, and we would have a family dinner and usually a family game or a family movie, or we would just sit around and talk. These are all very much the Hygge moments that this book is describing. So they, you know, they generally, they slow down and spend time with each other. And that is like, in today's world, when we are go, 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 you know, school, work, after school activities, recitals, plays, ball games, just, you know, constantly on the move. I feel like that this book helps you realize that sometimes, now it's not all the time, you know, we do live in a world that's fast paced now, but sometimes try to just, you know, create that Hygge moment. So like I said, sorry for butchering this word, but if you are interested in hearing more, I don't think I do very good book reviews, because a lot of times I can't remember, like I get camera shy or something, I don't know, I can't remember what the book, you know, like what I want to say. Like I have a whole thing in my head before I record, but let me read this little excerpt from here. It says, when people from other countries talk about the Danish language, they often say it's hard to learn. The grammar is very tricky and the punctuation is even harder. Luckily, you don't have to learn Danish in order to speak Hygge. I use cozy to refer to Hygge. So that's a woman who was living with her boyfriend in Copenhagen. But again, the pictures in this book are just beautiful, aren't they? I don't know. I am very fond of this book. This was a library edition, so this is not my book. I gotta return this beautiful book. If I find this book out though, if I find it at like a thrift store or something, I definitely pick it up. And I don't know, I may even ask for this for Christmas or something, because I just love this book so much and it's beautiful. So that is the book review for Hygge, or Hygge. I don't know which way to pronounce that, but anyway. So yeah, so if you have a chance and it sounds interesting, then pick that book up. It was a really good, fun, making you think about your life kind of book. All right, guys, thank you for tagging along on this book review. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you've read this book or you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure I may probably even get, you know, you're pronouncing that wrong. I'm really sorry about that. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss another amazing book review. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Catch you next time. Bye.